Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
You are listening to the Brilliance Business Show, conversations with leading experts in business. And today I have a wonderful guest, Keith Leon S. Keith is an award-winning international best-selling author, and our topic today is navigating the clickety-clack. I wonder what that means. Keith, welcome to the Brilliance Business Show.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing great, thank you, Keith, and I'm really looking forward to a conversation with you. Before I get started, I just need to make a legal disclaimer that Keith is not offering legal advice or legal assistance. So let's get started with the show. Keith, can you share with our listeners a little bit about yourself and your business?
Absolutely. Well, I am, as you said, award-winning international best-selling author, but also a speaker and a publisher. So I own a full-service publishing company, and we have published well over 100 authors and have been around for just coming up on 17 years now. So I love what I do. I do what I love. I help you to get your mission and your message out to the world through a book.
And it's a really, really powerful way to get your message out. Publishing, media, and having a great book is just such a great way to be seen. It's a great way to get exposure, be visible, build credibility. Would you agree with me there, Keith?
Yes, and I love how you use the word a good book, because it is important to use professionals and to make sure that it's edited well and laid out well and the cover is great, because if it's going to represent your mission and your message, then you just want it to be the best that it can be. So I love that you made that distinction.
Well, yes, because you can have a great book and the content can be amazing, but even two errors in that book, you will get people messaging you, picking out those errors, and it really does make you feel, oh, I worked really hard on that and it's great and all these people are picking up the negatives, but that is just the way of the world. And that's why it's so, so important to really choose someone good like Keith to look after you with publishing. Now, Keith, our topic today is navigating the clickety-clack for the launch of your new book. Firstly, can you share what that means, navigating the clickety-clack?
I will. The full title is, the title's Navigating the Clickety-Clack, and then the subtitle is How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in a Seemingly Toxic World.
I love
And so the clickety-clack came about, and the way that I heard of it was my wife and I, when we started the publishing business, which I told you was about 17 years ago, we were a startup, and we would have those business challenges. And we reached out to a dear friend of ours, and his name was Fletch Rainey. And we reached out to him, and we would be freaking out. We'd be saying, oh, this is happening, and what do we do? And oh my goodness. And he would just say, relax, you're in the clickety-clack. And finally we said, well, what are you talking about? What's the clickety-clack? And he said, Keith, remember when you had a 10-speed bicycle? And I said, yes. He said, and whenever you were pedaling and then you wanted to change gears, there's that space in between where it hasn't caught yet. What sound does that make? What sound does the chain make? And I said, click, 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 clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Okay, yeah, I get it. And he said, okay, but you keep pedaling. Right? You have faith and you keep pedaling because you know that if you have faith, it's going to eventually catch. And then when it does catch, you're into a whole new gear that's even better than the gear before. So that's what I'm saying. Just relax. You're just in the clickety-clack. Hang in there. And when everything clicks in, then you'll be off into a whole new gear. And that was 17 years ago, and it just really stuck with me. And every time my wife and I had any issue would come up in business or even in life, one of us would look at the other and say, clickety clack. And we would giggle and laugh, and we would remember Fletch, our dear friend who taught us that. And then the second part is I did a workshop that I've been doing for years all over the country called How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in a Toxic World. And right now, there's so many things going on in the world that are seemingly toxic. So I put that distinction in the book title, added the word seemingly, because the things that are going on, truth be told, are just the things that are going on. The fact that we consider them toxic is our story and how we take it. One person's toxic may not be another person's toxic. So I wanted to put that word seemingly in there. So the book I've identified people that I know are living that principle. They are able to stay peaceful when everything around them seems to be going to hell in a handbag, right? Seems to be going crazy. They're the people that can sit down Thanksgiving dinner with their family, and no matter what somebody says to them, they're okay. And so I interviewed all of those people, and I have asked them to talk about a time that they were in the clickety-clack, that space in between where they just weren't sure what to do, or things were upsetting or whatever. And how did they get through it? And then the last question is, what tips or tools would they share with us, the reader, that would help us to be able to stay peaceful when things are going crazy around us? And so you're just being mentored by 20 people that I found and identified, interviewed personally, one-on-one, to make sure that they were a walking, talking, living demonstration of that principle, so that when they gave you advice, it was coming from one who's truly walking the walk.
I absolutely love the notion of the clickety-clack, and when you explain it, Keith, it really does make so much sense. And it's a really, really exciting project that you're working on. You've told us a little bit about the principle of the book, and you have some huge, huge legends in this book. I'll let you tell the listeners a little bit about that. I won't spoil that surprise. Just talk about some of these legends I'm talking about, Keith.
Yeah, well, the first three people that I could think of that were living that principle, that are mentors and dear friends of mine, was Bob Proctor from The Secret, yes, who's very well known for Law of Attraction. Jack Canfield has a little, book series called Chicken Soup for the Soul. You may have heard of, right? He's a legend, like you said. And then another dear friend and mentor, her name is Christy Whitman. She is also a Law of Attraction expert, and she is a multiple New York Times bestselling author and speaker and teacher. And those were the three people that I just wanted to start with. And then I asked them, like, who do you know that's walking that and talking that principle and being it? And then I connected with the people that they recommended, and so on. And that's kind of how I did it. It was finding those people and then asking them, who do they know that is just pops out in their mind as being someone living that principle. And then I called them, and I think they felt like, they were getting to know me and wanting to know if they were interested, but really I was interviewing them to see if they were a match for the book. So it was really, really a fun process to get to know all of these people.
Yes, and you have some huge legends, what you have just mentioned, but also there are just a number of incredible people who are following all about what the book is about. Great business people, great entrepreneurs that are navigating the clickety-clack. I just love what you're up to, Keith. It's really, really exciting. How long does a project like this take to put together? Because it's so professionally done, real quality, great value. How long have you been working on this, Keith?
Well, it's interesting. Typically, a book of quality takes 6 to 9 months would be the fastest that you would ever do that. However, some of the people in the book were sharing their experience with the COVID as being part of the Clickety Clack. And so I really jet streamed and had every one of our team members putting this to the top, right? Top of the agenda. And so it really has been about 3.5, it'll be 4 months when the book comes out, which is rocket speed. But I just wanted this to get out during this time that we're still all experiencing, so that if their clickety clack is, if your clickety clack is the COVID situation, there's going to be people speaking directly to you about it and sharing how they're getting through it, how they're moving through it. So it's a timely process. So I wanted to make sure that it got out quick, but usually it takes a lot longer, Stephen.
Keith, I am so impressed. Congratulations. I can only imagine the hours of work you've been putting into this to get
Yes.
this launched within 4 months. A big congratulations. I was expecting you to say around 12 months.
Yeah, and to my editing team for working around the clock and tag teaming and doing everything to make sure that it was beautiful and high quality, but in record time. They just had to tag team on that.
That's a big achievement. Now, you have a live event coming up on November the 4th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Can you tell us a little bit about this, please?
Yes, this is going to be so fun. It's a chance for you to come and meet, and see Bob Proctor and Christy Whitman and other authors that are in the book. You'll get to hear them. I'll be introducing you to them and interviewing them. But we're also everybody that comes to this launch party, I'm going to give everybody a free gift, and then I'll also be giving gifts randomly as we go through the process. So there's a chance to win gifts. But what you'll be doing to support the process is it's a book launch call. So you'll come on the call, and then I'll give you a link to go purchase the book. Either on that day, it will be the Kindle book will be 99 cents, and the softcover book will only be $9.95 US. I'm talking about US. So whatever the conversion is for that will be $9.95 US only for the day, so that it's accessible to everyone. And so during the launch, I'll be posting those links. You go purchase the book, and we're doing this within a 2.5 hour window. Now, the way Amazon works is they update every couple hours. So we're all going to be buying the book at the same time together, and you are going to be part of making our book a bestseller. It's just going to be amazing. So we'll come on, we'll all buy the book, we'll have fun, you'll meet everybody, it'll be a great event, and then you can later, when you're thinking about it, go to Amazon and look at the book and see how we ranked and how we got on a bestseller list. So it's you helping us become a bestseller, and us in turn giving you prizes and showing you a great time so that we can all do this together. It's just going to be fun.
Well, we all love a free gift, and at the same time, if we're supporting a project to become a bestseller, that's definitely a win-win-win. But also the value that you're going to be sharing, this could really help people to move forwards in business and in life, because some of the experts speaking are really world-class at what they do. So it's a great way to learn, grow, and learn from leading experts. In your words, Keith, why should people grab a copy of Navigating the Clickety Clack?
If you're like me and you just love to have tools, you just love to have tools in your toolbox, so that when certain situations come up and you're feeling stressed, you're feeling out of balance, you're feeling anything that doesn't feel good, that you're able to say, ooh, what's that thing that Keith does, or that thing that Bob does, or what's that thing that I've done and has been working for me and has been successful since I got this book, right? You are going to get 20 people sharing their greatest possibilities and the way that they are able to come to that place. And you'll identify and find the ones that make the most sense to you and the ones that work for you. And then you'll have those tools when you need them. And when you start to implement them, and then you are the person that's able to stay peaceful, people will notice that. And then they'll start to ask you, like, hey, How are you able to do that? Right? When it seems, when that person said that and I would have yelled at them and you just let it bounce off of you, like, how did you do that? And then you'll be able to share how you do it. And that will be a gift for all of us to know that even one of you had that tool and were able to use it, and then be such a demonstration of it that somebody would ask you, how did you do that? That would just make all of us smile from ear to ear.
Yes, I hear you. Keith, I have really enjoyed learning more about you, your business, the launch of Navigating the Clickety-Clack. Also, your event sounds incredible, so make sure you send me the details for that, and we'll talk about how people can get involved at that at the end of the show. That brings me to my last question today. Now, you have just done a big book project in 4 months, which is a huge achievement. You have been spending lots of time doing that. Now the fun starts in promoting the book, getting some traction there so it becomes a bestseller. But my next question is, what is new for Keith Leon S? What are you going to be working on now that this project is not finished because it's only just started, but what are you going to be getting your teeth into next?
Well, I'm certainly going to be sharing with people and speaking about the clickety-clack and how to stay peaceful. So I'll be teaching that message. But this project was so incredible and has helped so many people that I've actually decided to do a volume 2. And so as soon as we get on the other side of this, I'll be thinking about who are the other people that I know that are living that principle and reaching out to them and starting this again, because it's just, wow, it's been so rewarding and it's so rich. And every person that was in the book had a different story and had different tools. And so how many tools and how many incredible people can I put forth in front of people that will read this book? Like, how many people can I bring forward to share and teach their stories? It's just exciting to me. So that's what I just recently got. Since we spoke the last time, I was just like, oh, I have to do another. I'm going to do volume 2. So if you're listening and you are one of those people that are able to stay peaceful, then reach out to me if you feel like, you might be a fit.
I hear you, Keith, and I resonate with that because, as you know, I sometimes do collaboration articles, and when you're doing it, it's a whirlwind, which I can imagine it has been with the book. But true entrepreneurs that are following their passion, really enjoying what they do, yes, it's hard work, and sometimes why do we do it to ourselves? But it just makes total sense that you're moving on to volume 2 because you're following what you love. Keith, I love what you're about. I really love the standard of your work. I enjoy collaborating with you. My last question, is there anything we did not cover that you would like to share?
Well, if you want to attend the event, you go to tinyurl.com. So that's tiny as in small, url.com. And then you put a slash. I call it a /. I'm told now I don't have to say forward anymore, but tinyurl.com/ and then NTCC Live. So that stands for Navigating the Clickety-Clack, those 4 letters. NTCC Live. tinyurl.com /NTCC Live. You click that, you can register for the event. There's only 500 spots available, and I checked right before this call, and we're at just over 370. So we're filling up quick. And if you go to register and it says the 500 is already taken, then just pop onto Keith Leon Facebook page, and you'll be able to watch it live there.
I will make sure that link is in the comment section of the radio interview, so it's really simple for people to get their hands on it and get registered. Congratulations on the success of navigating the clickety-clack fleet. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Congratulations on navigating the clickety-clack success. I wish you every success with Volume 2, Keith. I have really enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Is there any other ways that people can connect with you if they wish to reach out to you, Keith?
Yeah, there's this beautiful thing called Google, and if you go put Keith Leon S., make sure you put the letter S, because that differentiates me from a lot of other Keith Leons. Keith Leon S, and hit enter, and you'll see all kinds of great videos. You'll see my website. You'll see everything that you would need to know.
Keith, thank you so much for being on the Brilliance Business Show. I've really enjoyed having a conversation with you today.
You're welcome. It's been my absolute pleasure.
You have been listening to the Brilliance Business Show, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.